Hello, everybody. Can you hear me and see me? Good morning. Do you guys like my new background thingy that I made this morning? You can see me and hear me, right? Oh, what did I just click? Oh, no. Hold on, I exited out of this by accident. Okay. Happy Saturday. Let's see. Let's get started. Oh no, am I laggy? Why is this laggy? Oh, if I'm having internet issues again, I'm gonna lose it. Oh, I'm not lagging? Okay. I'm just lagging for myself. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, let's see. What's the issue with my stepmother with me? Stepmother. Oh, hold on, my cat's on my lap. I have to move my table up. I can't push myself in far enough. Okay, here we go. What is the issue with your stepmother? It's almost like you challenge her being able to morph the family now into what she sees what she wants it to be. So like maybe she wants looser boundaries, or maybe she wants different type of community. Hold on, let me make sure you can hear me. You can hear me, right? You are challenging her ability to do that more fluidly. Why did my mic go out? Maybe she wants to make you be quiet. Is prosecutor Georgia Kappelman currently building a case against Wendy Adelson for conspiracy to commit M, and will Wendy be charged and arrested soon? Slow and steady, something's being built, yeah. I don't think they're there yet. They still need something. It's like they need to get something to fall apart in a different way that's provable now. Like, we have all of this. We need something now to add to it. It kind of feels like that. I don't think they're necessarily close. I don't think anything in the next 2 to 7 months. Will our lawsuit get settled soon, and will we be able to live comfortably? Will our lawsuit get settled soon? I don't think you're wrapping this up yet. It feels like there's a purposeful delay, or like a strategic delay, maybe. Well, no, Pentacles wouldn't really be strategic. We have the ability to slow things down somehow, some way. So I don't think it's not going to go in your favor. I think it is going to go in your favor because we read on this before. But I think there's some kind of delay. A fun and exciting message. You're going to get the opportunity to have some kind of exciting conversation or take some kind of action that's inspired from maybe something someone says to you that unlocks like a download, or maybe something you say to yourself that makes you realize an action that can be taken. But you're about to have some kind of entertainment, not like entertainment like drama, but like your brain won't be bored because you're going to have a way to use it in a new way, if that makes sense. Message for peace. It feels like this is a literal dream. Like there's something that's about to make sense. Maybe it's a download, maybe it's a dream. It feels more like a dream. It's like you've been working on putting the pieces together in some way and it's about to lock in and make sense with the next action that you take. Message from higher self. There's a need to keep the pace slow and steady, but keep the pace moving. It's like harder to get started once slowing down. And it feels like something related to emotions, even though there's pentacles here. It feels like subconscious reprogramming. Like when the times get tough, don't resort backwards. Even if it doesn't feel like you're making progress, just keep taking steps forward. Why is Arlene suddenly trying to contact me after several years of us not talking? Feels like testing boundaries, playing offense, seeing if I can still get in because I'm not really sure how it's going to go. It kind of feels like laying the groundwork a bit for, I don't know, it kind of feel like if someone needs your advice or someone needs your support or someone needs like your specific way of looking at something and they're trying to test to see if that's still accessible. I'm getting laid off from my remote job. How can I improve my future job opportunities and prospects? Something that needs to be sat with before taking action. I'm wondering if this is like looking into different ways to updo the resume, different ways to word your skill set on your resume. Like maybe you can make that seemingly nonchalant piece of the job sound, because it did teach you different skills. It's like highlight the skills and not the role on the resume, if that makes sense. Message from higher self. Well, I need to change this. I don't like this playlist. Take Me Anywhere is the song that came on. I feel like this is the energy of waiting for something externally to change and coming to realize that the change comes from within. So I feel like there's some kind of step you need to take that makes you feel like hope is restored or action is restored. It's not waiting for the external circumstance to open up for you. Like you open it up, it doesn't open up for you. So as you take action, it opens up, whatever that path is that feels blocked. Message from my higher self. There's some kind of decision and you just need to collect more data. You're not sure which way you want to decide yet, not because you're not understanding what you already have, just because you need more data. So it's not that you're misunderstanding what you have, it's that you need more and then you'll be able to make the decision. So collect more data points. How will the birthday party vibes go today? Birthday party vibes. It's interesting because it kind of feels like there's a lot unsaid. So maybe this is kind of, oh, it's somebody's birthday, so let's just have a good time for the birthday, because this is positive, but this is like, it's positive because somebody doesn't say something. So if you're expecting it to go negatively, I feel like it's going to go more positive than you think, mainly because somebody doesn't talk or doesn't say something specific or ask something. Any messages today? Brain dump. Grab a pen and paper and just start writing all your thoughts. It feels like that's a way to not only give it's like active rest. That doesn't really make sense, but it kind of does. I feel like you need active rest where you're resting, as in like taking a break from the routine, but you're doing something so that you're not shaming yourself for feeling unproductive. So I feel like brain dump, where you just sit and you write everything on your mind, or maybe you could speak it out in the mirror. It's like needing active rest to reorganize thoughts. Song and a message from Daisy. I just saw them. Oh, there it is. I'm Already There by Lone Star. The wisdom I leave behind is to trust in the timing of your life, even when it feels uncertain. This makes me think of, that's March, right? So in between now and March, something that feels very uncertain, you're going to find some kind of certainty for it, but not by force, just by flow. Possibly building a camp next year. Is this a good or bad idea? And a token from my mom. It's a guy holding a barbell over his head. Oh, wow. That was really clear. How did I get that to happen? Okay. Is it a good or bad idea? Not that it's a bad idea, but I think that there's still more planning that needs to happen. Something would throw off the balance if you went forward with the plan exactly as it is right now. But you're not at that stage yet where that is going to set you back. You still have time to reorganize that and make that work. So it's not that it's a bad idea, it just needs more planning. Message from Spirit. How do you say that? Catastrophizing. When you make when you kind of hyper focus on the problem and it seems bigger. It feels like that's happening in some area, and it's 111 right now on my clock. So need to mind, body, spirit get on the same team, but I feel like mind is working against body and spirit because mind is panicking or anxious about something. So be mindful of how much that's throwing off body and spirit and figure out a way to get back in alignment. I feel like there's something that slowing down and looking at the problem a different way makes it not seem as intense. Yeah, I think I have it set to members only. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I do. Now where's my mouse? Oh no, there it is. My computer is really laggy. I took more action for career and finances. What to expect from it. Keep it going. I would say keep going. Yeah, you're going from this, which means it feels like you put the equation in right, but what was on the equal sign of your effort wasn't a result of your effort, but now you're correcting course. So I would say, yeah, keep going. I have the moon on the bottom, so there's a lot of uncertainty, but I would say to keep going. It feels like it's slow and steady expansion, but nothing quick. Any messages from guides regarding a confusing situation this morning? It's like your patience with yourself is being tested. I would say don't let anything make you feel like you need to respond or react faster than you would like. And I would say when someone's music is turned up in their headphones all the way, it doesn't matter how loud you yell, they're not going to be able to hear you. So it kind of feels like there's the energy of that in there somehow. Not literally. I don't think you were yelling, but any messages for the weekend? Something's resurfacing so you can show up for yourself. It's not a punishment. It's just an opportunity to say, okay, I didn't love the way I did that last time. I'm going to show myself better, that I can like refilm that scene almost in the movie. So it feels like just a thought, though, not an actual event. So trust that if anything comes back from the past internally, it's not coming back to shame you. It's coming back so that you can meet yourself with compassion. Let me go to this list. Any messages for the week ahead? Just because you don't see immediate results from your efforts or actions doesn't mean they're not coming. Sometimes they're just kind of consistent effort is what will get rewarded, so to speak, but you're earning the reward as you go. So trust that even if you can't immediately see it, that your actions are paying off. Feels like there's a bit of frustration attached to that. New member, thank you. Sometimes we have to go give it a go without a solid support system. Just you, the universe, and a vision only you can see. That's still enough. Carry on. I almost want to say don't get frustrated trying to over-explain yourself. Trust that truth is truth, and it will be seen that way in time. Token and a song. Trying to get one at the bottom. I haven't gotten to the bottom of this in a while. Hold on. It's a gear shift. Switching gears. Oh, you said a song. Iris by Grace Davies. Getting an opportunity to shift gears and see yourself doing it. Oh, emotions. It's like you're about to be able to witness yourself handling something now much more easily than you would have in the past, but you're going to have it from a detached perspective. So that's how it's like a gift, because you're like, oh, cool. That didn't bother me. Or, oh, cool, I handled that well. But you don't get invested in it, if that makes sense. Message from my guides. It's that quote by Will Smith, Will Smith's son, or Will Smith, I can't remember, where he says, like, it doesn't matter how fast you're going, just as long as you're laying each brick perfectly as you go. That way the foundation will be steady. I feel like you're being hard on yourself in some way about what's being built without realizing how much work it took to build the steady foundation. So don't rush past the celebration of the foundation. General message or any guidance. I need to take a different approach to internal dialogue. I feel like maybe you're shaming yourself for your internal dialogue, or maybe your internal dialogue feels intense, and in order to slow it down, you're trying to be intense back or something like that, right? This is like, try a different approach. It's not as hard as it feels. It's just the wrong approach for it. Like maybe your internal dialogue is a little stubborn or something like that. So taking a different approach, like softening the approach, if that makes sense, or slowing down the approach. DM and I are getting to know each other message. You have different communication styles. I mean, that doesn't mean it can't work. There's just a need to be aware of that. One of you is probably either faster or deeper in terms of communication. So being mindful of that balance and knowing that whoever's deeper, it's not that the other person doesn't want to share more. It may just be a difference of the depth. And I kid you not, the song that came on has someone getting sprayed with water. So one person is very much deeper, it feels like. Or able to share the depth more easily, I guess I should say. Any messages for Greg? Feels like this is an invitation to transmute. Waiting on a train that just won't come, the song just said. It's like waiting for some kind of external circumstance to be the invitation, but needing to create that invitation by releasing something, whether it's like a limiting belief or projections. It feels like needing to release something that came from the outside in order to transmute some kind of pain into purpose. Where's my mouse? Hold on. Do 2 more and then back to the other list. Message from Uncle Frank. He popped into my head as I was logging in today. It's a horse, number 45. You finally know what it's like to bet on yourself, like a racehorse. Like maybe there's a feeling of other people didn't bet on your racehorse and you decided to, and now you're realizing that you're about to cross the finish line. Message from my higher self with the blueprint. Ooh, yay. Let's see. The heart chakra. This gate often introduces the pain of heartbreak for the first time. It could be the end of a first love or a deep falling out with someone you thought would always be there. Come on, Dave. Dave never lets me give the message. Dave wants to give the message. It could be betrayal, disappointment, or a sudden realization that love doesn't always look the way you thought it would. These moments shatter our innocence and stretch our capacity for emotion in ways we can't unfeel. They show us what it means to care so deeply that it hurts and to still choose to care again. Queen of Swords in reverse. Be nicer to yourself. Be nicer to yourself. You had to put back together your heart from little shattered pieces. Sometimes your mind forgets how much that took. Okay. Where's my mouse? There it is. Come on. I will have my second storage unit emptied by Tuesday. Aside from the financial savings, how will this help me mentally and emotionally? Free to plan. Is there something you were planning before that you weren't able to actualize because you had this as like a component? Because it's like something that didn't all the way work before, you're able to plan it now and put it back into play in the future. Seven years. Oh, today. Wow. 7 years today. My sister passed. How is she doing? Any messages from her? I think I want to use this deck first. Is there something you do, like you go somewhere at a certain time of year? It feels like this might have just happened like recently. She's referencing that as confirmation that she's doing well. Like yes, I'm doing well, but I don't want to just tell you that. I want to bring up, it's like you were just there or something. You just were somewhere. Oh, let me pull a token. See if I can get any clue. Koala? A tree? A park? Or maybe family tree? No, it's like koalas like climb trees. So either somewhere that is aligned with innocence and like childhood, or maybe children, or maybe somewhere you went when you were children. So the answer is she's doing well, but there's that memory is how she's referencing it. I'm gonna get one of these. Number 2. Happy birthday. If you could feel what I feel now, you'd know that nothing was ever broken, only becoming. Koala. I feel like the koala was supposed to make you laugh for some reason. Does Bub still think about me, or has he moved on? Any messages from guides? I feel like it kind of a combo. Like I think about you and I immediately push it down because it hurts. Don't know how to actually stop that from occurring, but when it occurs, I push it down. Has he moved on? I feel like this is a situation where things appear differently on the outside than they actually are. So it may appear as though this person has moved on, but mentally not entirely. What do I need to know? Tell Your Heart to Beat Again is the song that's playing. And the album is Hope in Front of Me. Hope in front of me. You just don't see it. Because it requires action. I feel like this is the message of just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you might not be able to see that far down the path, but you can see the next step ahead of you. And if you just keep taking that, you're going to figure out a way to restore the balance there. Message from Paul. I need to not give up on something too soon. Just because you aren't necessarily seeing it nourished into a tree of fruit yet, it doesn't mean that it's not getting ready to bud. Kind of give me the image of like climbing a mountain. Like you're coming around where you're about to actually see that you're higher up than you thought you were on the other side of the mountain, because the other side of the mountain looks lower, if that makes sense. Message from spirit guides. You went on this journey and encountered this tower, and now you're meant to kind of manifest it into something, whether that's like a lifestyle change or a new habit or new hobby. It's like you went on this journey kind of innocently, met this tower, and now to feel like this is behind you, there's a need to make this into this pentacle. So like essentially actualize the wisdom from the lesson, I guess is what I'd say that is. Is Andy back in contact with the neighbors and Patty from college after I rejected him and told him I would never want to be his girlfriend? Is Andy back in contact? I don't think so, no. Truth about an ending. Unfulfilled truth about an ending. It's like I was unable to get what I wanted out of communication, so why would I communicate now? Message for my nephew Bubba from his grandfather Bob. Number 1. Awareness comes in hindsight, but wisdom carries forward. The yin yang. It's like there's something from his memory, so grandfather Bob's memory, that's meant to be like a creative ticket. Like maybe it's the way that he saw boats or the way that he made people laugh. It's like it's meant to be a creative ticket, if that makes sense. It's like, don't miss out on my creative ticket. All I Know So Far by Pink. And 7 Years by Lucas Graham. Why have I been seeing all these angel numbers the past few days? It's to get you to pay attention so you don't miss something. You're close to an ending of something that you wanted. Like you want something, you want the opportunity to end something in the way that you want it to end, like close out a chapter or cycle. And you're about to get the opportunity to do that. So like make the choice that seals that chapter. So if you're looking up for things, you're going to be less prone to miss that opportunity to move forward. What's this good news I keep hearing? Opportunity to make progress where it was previously 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. This is like you're taking a step forward and you're not going to have to then take a step backward. 5 of Swords. It feels like mentally. So maybe it's a download, or maybe it's just like realizing you defeated something that had been persistently a challenge. What does R feel about me? What does R feel about me? It feels a little painful that that R doesn't know how to articulate emotions properly around you. Like maybe they get nervous, maybe they are trying to say something and don't know how to explain it. It doesn't feel like you not receiving, it's just anxiousness about articulation of emotions. Does Jose continue to hold his wedding band, or has he discarded it? No, I think he still has it. I think he still has it. This is an interesting combo because this is action, but this is patience. And it's almost the energy of I don't want to act too soon and then end up hurting myself by wanting it later. So I'm just waiting. It kind of feels like that's the reason. Message from Spirit. You're about to see why something had to go a certain way the first time around, because you're about to use the wisdom. So like you had a hard time. You're like, man, this wasn't fun. But now you're about to use whatever you learned then to avoid something now. So it's kind of like, okay, it kind of was bad back then, but now it's saving me. So it balances itself back out. Kind of feels like that. Any message for Amy? Don't let anything or anyone make you feel like you have to make a decision until you feel like you're ready to make the decision. And it feels like it's not direct. It's like other people pressuring you, your subconscious. So really sit with something in terms of You're back and forth, back and forth. Allow yourself to come to the conclusion, not have it be influenced by other people. Message from Luna. She's in her bed now. Let's see. What would Luna tell you? To keep going until you reach your goal. Every step you take. How do I word this? Bare Naked by Jennifer Love Hewitt. So every step you take from a perspective of intention of coming back to yourself, you can trust that the next step revealed to you after that will be another step back to yourself. Bare Naked. Interesting, because she's always wearing a coat. I feel is the pause on the SNAP benefits food stamps a trial run to test and see how people will react? Yes. Fear tactic. What happens when this comes to a stop? And what will people do with their fear? Will the benefits be reinstated? I want to say with different parameters. Yes, but it's not going to be like it was. Or there's going to be something, but it's not going to be like it was. Will the survey on the house I'm selling show up any expensive work needed? No, I don't think so. There may be something that's more time consuming than you hoped. Like maybe you need to wait for permits, or I don't know, because permanent work would be more expensive. I feel like there's something you have to end up waiting longer for, more so than it being more expensive. Is there an entity attached to me? I would say no, because you have somebody protecting you. Maybe multiple people protecting you, but this is like they can try, but it's not going to work. Any message from my grandfather? You're healing your heart right now, but like you're doing it in a way that is like soft armor. The thing I wish I had done differently is let go of anger sooner than I did. I love you and one call away. I'm supposed to point out that it also says history. Sword from the stone. Like you pulled the sword from the stone and now you're healing your heart. So there's a message of giving yourself more credit for this. Giving yourself credit for the way in which you didn't let the water from other people's boats get in your boat and sink it. Any new experiences and growth opportunities coming up for the rest of October and November? Something, yeah. And Right Now by Fire from the Gods is playing. Tear down these walls. So you're about to tear down some kind of wall because you're not afraid of what's on the other side of it anymore. It feels like this is you having something rebalanced that seems minimal, but it starts a ripple effect of like, okay, you can be trusted with this. Okay, you can be trusted with this. It like opens up other corridors, if that makes sense, because the song is like going through a little bit of a maze on it. How did my reaction to my sister's negativity go down with her? So what did she think about it? Kind of feels like you shut her up because you have a point. Like, okay, I can't really go forward. I don't have anything valuable to say, so I'm just going to zip it. So, I mean, maybe externally, if she did fight back externally, then internally she knew she was wrong. But this feels more like I'm just going to shut up because I don't have anything good to say now, in retaliation to whatever point you made. What is JD Vance's real relationship with Peter Thiel? Did he put... Let me do that one first. What was his real relationship? Connected but not? Same group? Same bug, different legs? I don't know how to put that. There's some kind of collaborated towards goal. But Five of Pentacles almost feels like we try to make it not look like that. Did Thiel put JD in power for plantar contracts? It feels like there's a bigger reason. Meant to do something to quell a fear had by the company or by the group. Any message from my dad? Can he tell me why I've been having sleepless nights for months? Way Up by Ryan Oakes. I feel like that's his answer to can he tell you? He's like, yeah, I'm up here. Did this sleepless nights begin when it's like someone said something to you that you couldn't all the way understand? And it's not what they said that is making you not be able to sleep. It's like it shifted your internal focus. Almost like an explorer that can't sleep until they figure out where the map is leading them. I don't know if that makes sense. So it feels like the not being able to sleep is anxiousness about waking up in the morning and not having something figured out from the day before, but not understanding that you're trying to figure something out. So my brain's trying to figure something out. I don't realize that because it started back then. It would be around the same time this happened. So I guess you could call it sleep anxiety. You like undercover sleep anxiety. It feels like anxiousness about going to sleep. So sabotaging restfulness. That's what I'm getting. Hopefully that makes sense. My sister wants to send my nephew to the United World Colleges for his last 2 years of high school. I think it's a school that teaches globalism. Should Garrett go to this school and will he get in? Should he go? It kind of feels like it blocks a certain perspective, but also gives good perspective in other areas. So maybe it balances out with temperance here. It's like it has some good, some bad, some limitations, but some potential. It just depends on how he as an individual is going to interpret it. So I guess it depends on his relationship to like crowd think. So he can use certain things to challenge and strengthen his own beliefs, or he can just become one with the crowd and go that way, if that makes sense. Will he get in? I feel like that's a good possibility. Will the credit union be agreeable to my terms, or will they propose a different ratio? Will they be agreeable? If they propose a different one, I feel like you'll end up talking them into the one that you want, or being able to get it to that. Because this is them not getting their way and your terms eventually being what comes out, but they may try and slow it down or offer something else. But it feels like you end up getting it back to where you want it to be. How do I get out of all the rabbit holes? Feels like what you're learning right now is that where you put your energy and your effort and your attention to, that's what will multiply and expand. So is there ways in which you're neglecting yourself in order to explore the rabbit holes? And in which way can you not expect too much of yourself, but simply say, okay, I need to take care of myself first and foremost. And then whatever time I have left for the rabbit hole after, I'll give to it. But it feels like if you start to do that, you'll start to kind of repattern what your brain is leaning towards. My sister passed 2 years ago and I miss her. Who is she with? And a message for me. Who is she with? Someone she made amends with after death. So maybe there was someone that, and it's not that she's not with other people, but this is like, I'm letting you know that me and that person made amends type of thing. A message for you. Take every chance you can to offer yourself freedom by not focusing on patterns or situations that are keeping you in the past. Let me go to this list. It's this computer that's laggy. That's annoying. I'm catching so many orbs on my dog cam. Message. Honestly, I feel like it's spirit showing you support in lieu of other support that you should be feeling that you're not. So it's like kind of spirit showing up for you so that you don't feel like ignored, I guess. Like you see how important you are to the divine. Landlord didn't turn up for the survey. What's going on? Any insight? Yeah, defeat, no survey. It's giving I had something else come up that was better to do. And or I just didn't appropriately schedule my time. This feels like a time management issue or like an authority over scheduling issue. Message from AH and a song. Rise Up by Andra Day is the song. Nobody could have prepared you for what you went through. You need to give yourself more credit for how you handled it. Everything fell apart and it feels like everyone turned on you. Rise up makes sense. Give yourself more credit feels to be the message. Grandma Clara said she's setting things up for me to share my gifts with the world. Can I have any more info on that? You overcame whatever this fear was. Like that was kind of maybe not the final piece, but that was a big piece of it, was managing unsupported emotions that fell out of your comfort zone, but still continuing to make choices. How do I word this? Like difficult emotions, and then boom, I have a choice to make. I can choose one that is the right choice but makes my emotions even worse, or I can choose to numb, and you kept making the right choice. So it feels like that, keep following that. That's how the trail leads. Is DJTS plan to expand bunker to the treasury? Oh, these like multiple choice? Keep the money. Okay, so is it to expand the bunker to the treasury? Probably, yeah, that looks like that. I'm reading expand as in literal, physical, not like expand into them paying. So I think that's what you mean, but I'm not sure. But I would say this looks like, yes, the burden. Like a safety net, the burden of a safety net being met. Why is he concerned? Or keep the money, never. Oh, okay. So I read that first part wrong. Keep the money, never building the ballroom. No, I feel like he's going through with that. I feel like he's going through with that, and there's something about justifying an expansion of bunker. Is there anything my partner and I can do to resolve the disagreements between us? Different type of communication. Try different tools from the toolbox. Have you tried writing things down and kind of sitting there and reading what one another wrote? Like just different communication styles. Choosing to step outside of your comfort zone with different communication styles, because the communication style that you're having right now, it's like it's overflowing. You've gotten everything you can out of that cup. Now you need to pour into a different cup to see if that can make progress. Where's my mouse? There we go. Is Andy back in contact with my neighbors and Patty from college after... Oh, I did that one, didn't I? How did this move all the way back up? I said no, because there was something about what's the point in trying again, because there's something bad about the communication last time. What is my body trying to tell me? To give yourself the opportunity to slow down and listen to the signs more. I feel like there's something irritated, something maybe like overworked or overstressed or overburdened, but it doesn't feel like something that can't be fixed with some slowing down and giving yourself space, or giving yourself, like if it's that you're not eating nutrition enough, or the right nutrition, then it's like fixing that. It's like the action is in your hands, but you need to slow down to figure out what it's telling you. Is freely giving items away with no strings a higher vibration than reselling the items? I'm tempted to give away some items that I could sell for money. Can you do a raffle? Like a low raffle, so you're getting a little bit of money, you're getting people engaged with the business, you're getting people maybe having fun with it as an aspect. I don't know. I don't like the 10 of Cups in reverse here. I feel like there's another option. Could you do like a raffle or like a group together and do one lump? But I feel like a raffle or something like that where there's like an element of fun with the Page of Wands. Song and token for the weekend. Darkest Places by Abstract just started playing. Wouldn't It Be Nice by the Beach Boys. Oh, and the Peace Dove. Wouldn't It Be Nice? Feels like you're going to not necessarily make progress on it this weekend, but you're going to start to see a different way to look at this burden. It's like you finally get far enough that you see it from the other shoreline and you're like, oh, okay, I can see how I can bring peace to this. So it feels like it's not immediate, but it's a step in the right direction. Message about the potential for a full-time job, also the bakery offer. I feel like there's some promise in this bakery offer, but I don't necessarily know if that's full-time or if this full-time is right now. It feels like there's still... Why is Justice reversed? Is there some kind of additional skill you could acquire on the side that would help solidify the full-time? I feel like you're so close, but it's like one little boost on something from the Page to the Queen of Swords is how I'm seeing it. Any messages for my husband from his dad? Your body reacts when you're close to a truth. Notice your instincts. Notice your instincts. This is not bias, I swear. I feel like his dad is guiding him to listen to you about something. And I feel like it's something about caring for himself. Like you're like, hey, you need to do this, or hey, you need to look into this, or hey, you need to care for yourself in this way. And I feel like he's resistant. And I feel like his dad is coming in being like, no, you should listen. You should listen. Dancing in the Sky by Danny and Lizzie is the song. Message for the rest of the year on what I should focus on. Seeing your habits around emotions. So what's your auto response? What's your resisting points? What is easy to feel? What's difficult to feel? Just observe between now and the end of the year. And then going into the next year, you can look at that and say, okay, this is what I learned about myself from this. This is the approach that I want to take. Why can't I get over my ex's betrayal? Why can't I get over my ex's betrayal? Future faking, very good future faking. It's like you were offered all this and then boom, brick wall, no access, maybe ghosted or maybe just no explanation. And that was on purpose because it feels like your reaction was meant to solidify whatever happened, but you didn't give that reaction. So this kind of feels like your brain is still seeking the future that was faked to you. Message with the blueprint. Absolutely. I don't want to use that because you probably saw it. You may also face trials that test your sense of security, financial hardship, health concerns, disconnection from community. These tests are not punishment, they're mirrors. They reflect back the places where your foundation still needs tending. If you let them, they will teach you how to build something real. King of Wands in reverse. Be mindful of impulsivity. When things don't go right, look at it as a building block instead of a punishment. That will help to quell impulsivity that works against you. I need to move my crystal. How is Gio's well-being under Jose's care? Is he looked after properly? How is Gio? Does he have some kind of health thing? Because this is like, I'm protected from, there's action taken to protect me from harm. But it feels like harm from the inside. So like, I'm cared for. Maybe there was like a sickness that the right whatever was given. But this is like, there was an issue that I was protected from or I made better from. List one. I'm gonna do a couple of these because I didn't realize that list was so long. He has a lot of anxiety and such, and said how opening up is a challenge, but that he wants to continue to talk and such. Okay, that makes sense. And you're very deep, so just needing to be patient with that. What's to come with us? I wouldn't give up on it yet. I would let it unfold. Don't put too many eggs in the basket. I don't know if this person is going to be able to get to where you need them to be before you get over waiting for them to try and get there. But I think they're going to try. So I guess it just depends on how those timelines match up. I wouldn't walk away from it yet, though. Can I trust Melanie Smith? Is she being authentic? Not necessarily being inauthentic, but definitely looking out for self more than anyone else. And maybe a little bit of opportunistic energy involved in that. But I don't think it's purposeful betrayal. I think it's just opportunistic energy that will come out when it has the opportunity to. Message for my higher self on any opportunities I should be looking out for. Problem solving. Something falls apart, you problem solve, and it's like it gives you a token, right? And then you get an opportunity based off of whatever matches that token. So I problem solve this, and then I get an opportunity to use that lesson. So look at problem solving as opportunities instead of hurdles. Thank you. Let me see if I can see if you put a thing. 1 second. I do not see one. Okay. If you sent one, I do not see one. Let's do it this way. What do you need to know? If the plan isn't working, don't change the goal, just change the plan. It feels like despite your efforts, something's not all the way moving forward, but it's just not meant to move forward with the current trajectory. It's meant to go beyond that, or it's meant to go in a different pivoted direction than that. So if the plan is not working, don't change the goal, just restructure the plan. Thank you. Message from your guides. Message from your guides. It's painful because you're shedding a past version of you that protected you when you needed them to. So it feels like there's a need to give yourself a little bit of grace here, because it feels like something's very like hot. Like it almost feels like you touched a stove energetically, and now you're like, okay, I know not to do that again, and now I just need to heal. It feels like that's the shedding that's happening. So just needing to be patient with yourself. If my guides could give me one puzzle piece to help me, what would it be? I just saw this deck in my mind. What would the puzzle piece be? Vision and invitation, but both reversed. And this kind of looks like it's half of that. But over here would be like another eyeball. Oh, that's an eyeball, and that's an eyeball, and that's a third eye. But it's in half. Invitation, vision. Manifestation is intention plus action. I feel like you have the intention. What's the action that you could take that matches the intention? I just realized you can't even see that. What's the action you can take that matches the intention? Blueprint message, please. Let's see. Third eye. Eventually, the spiral lifted you into the realm of seeing. You noticed the scripts, the systems, the illusions. You trusted your own perception over the collective conditioning. You turned inward for direction and began building a life that made sense from the inside out. So whatever felt like a loss was actually helping you become the hero in your own story, because you were no longer allowing your internal dialogue or your thoughts to make you villainize yourself. So whatever didn't work out, it was so that your internal dialogue could not fight you along the way. It's like how to correct that first, or address that first. Message for or theme for November. I want to like shake this. Hold on. Sorry. I woke Luna up. She just gave me a dirty look. My bad. A check mark. All of that for a check mark. And it's 110. So one away from 111. Oh, 110. That would be 11-0. So November. All those tokens. And Dave picked the one with the actual date on it. There he is. In November, you're going to show yourself. It's like you gave yourself space to clear and rebuild. And November's when you're choosing what's going to go there. You're like energetically interior decorating your life from the space that you made. Because the boundaries that you have now won't allow you to subconsciously sabotage what you're building. Like once it's up, it's up. Yeah, celebration. And Dave is celebrating with you. Once it's up, it's up. New member, thank you. To endure is to evolve. Your wounds tell a story, but your scars do not define you. Only you can do that. I just got an image of my son's birthmark on the back of his neck, and like this all flashed in my eye in a second. But like drawing that and then painting it in, like you're doing that with your scars in some way. You're making literal art out of them. And do like 3 more and then back to the other list. When will I manage to create a way out of this flat I need out? Not as quickly as you'd like. Yes, things are slow to mature. Is there something you're afraid of looking at? Like maybe it's like, oh, if I apply for this and I don't get it, then I know that that path is closed, so I don't apply. Like something like that. It feels like is holding back a solution. Like a fear of failure in one path, so lack of action, but that's the path that could help. Who is the past love coming back? Is it the Virgo? I don't read this as a past love coming back. I read this as a past version of you coming back. Maybe it's a version of you that you lost during the time of a past love. Like you had to silence that part of you and that's coming back online. But this is like re-meeting yourself from a place of safety. So I don't take this as a love coming back. I mean, even though this is passion, I think it's like you passionately returning to yourself more so than a past love. Yeah, interesting. 4 of Wands on the bottom. No, I think it's self. I really think it's a past version of yourself that you lost during a relationship. How will my trip to Arizona go with the government shutdown? Will there be flight delays? How will your trip go? There might be delays, yeah. So when I asked why delays, we got communication issues. So there may be delays of some kind. How will it go? I think it'll go fine. There's just maybe delays. But I don't think that's going to affect like anything other than frustration. What do my employers think of me? That you're a self-starter, even if you don't always do everything the way that is like the ideal way. I don't know what that would mean, but like you try your best and you're a self-starter is what I'm getting from that. Message from Grandma Shirley. She wanted me to point out the times they are changing is playing right now. And it's 2:12 on my clock. Humble and Kind by Tim McGraw. You don't have to be afraid of change. It's only leading you somewhere new. Throat chakra may be significant. It's time for change now. Whatever temporary setback you were facing, it feels like you're expressing your way through it. The more you express you in whatever way you can, or whatever way you feel called, the more you move forward in that way. Who is turning off my bedroom light and why? Feels like a circuit thing, but it could be a sign from someone, even though it's a circuit thing. But this feels like a circuit thing here. But Queen of Pentacles, it's like someone calling you back to the present moment. So like the light is making you leave the thoughts momentarily. So look at what thoughts you're having around then. It's someone who's trying to guide you away from them and guide you back into yourself. How to best respond to the negativity. Is not responding to it a choice? I would not say anything unless it's a point where you have to. But this is like, let them think what they want, let them say what they want. You don't need to fight back. The truth will still be the truth in time. I would say don't if you don't have to. And if you have to, do it as like a minimalist, like only what is need to know or need to say. How to bless my sister GGK more and message for her. It's like time spent not having to do, but just allowing things to be. So like, this is someone whose love language is probably quality time. So that would be how I would suggest blessing this person more, and a message for her. Releasing a shoulda, coulda, woulda. Everything happens as it needs to. Don't shame yourself or blame yourself for things not going the way you intended at one point. All right, last one, then back to the other list. I had an amazing time talking with him. My nervous system was regulated and I felt like me, so I'm hopeful. We're coworkers. Anything else to know? It may be the fact that you're coworkers that makes this person overthink their already hesitant depth. You know what I mean? Like I don't usually allow for vulnerability, and being that we're coworkers, I'm going to be even more mindful of it. So I would say just be aware that there's a second level of like overthinking when it comes to this person. Like whatever level they typically would offer to another person, they're going to be more hesitant because of that, the coworker piece of it. All right. Where's my mouse? Come on. All right. Oh, let me find where I'm at. Why can't I? My ex, I did that one. Amy Blueprint. I think I did that one. Oh yeah, because Geo, I did that one. Blueprint message. Blueprint message. The law of oneness. In the ascension phase, the law of oneness becomes a lived experience. You begin to feel this connection that's always been there. You look at people and see their wounds, but you also see their light. You no longer need to separate yourself to feel safe. You trust that what you heal in yourself sends healing to the collective. I kind of want to be corny and say whatever you're going through right now, know that you're not alone, because this is collective. You're not alone, one, and two, just be mindful that the intensity of your feelings may be because you're picking up on the feelings of those around you as well. So it's not all yours. Some of it you're carrying for others. My husband survived an 80% reduction in workforce. Will he be happier with the new business development position, and will they give him a raise? I feel like it can work towards that. Yeah, there's definitely, it kind of feels like more room to grow now because there's less people, I guess. I don't know what that, like the reorganization has afforded him more room to potentially grow, but I feel like it's going to be a slow process to get there. They're very slow moving cards, all of them. What is blocking me from making a decision? Something internal or external? Something internal is causing you to not show up externally consistently enough. So if internally there was a bit of a reduction in Nine of Swords energy, like mental restriction, it would allow for some kind of consistent external effort that would allow you to see and feel confident in the decision. So the little things add up to the big things, I guess is what I'd say. Message for the upcoming week. The beginning stages of something matter too. Even if you can't necessarily see how it's going to play out, you're going to have some kind of pull towards some kind of change this week. And it feels like taking action, even if you can't see how it's going to play out, will, in the long run, make the whole puzzle make sense instead of just a corner of it. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm getting. Message from my daughter and a song. Message from your daughter. What I didn't understand before was that fear held me back more than anything else. The mind can be the greatest tool or the greatest hindrance, and it depends on where focus is going. I feel like that's the message, is be mindful of having the high perspective. Don't stop believing by Journey. Wanted to know how I could keep going in the right direction for my child. I finally got the balls to leave and want to move forward with intention and love after 10 years. How to keep going in the right direction. Making a decision on what goal you want, and then slowly and surely just chipping away until you get there, and then making sure that every single decision you make is in alignment with that goal. I feel like it's important to have the goal in mind so that every decision you make in between now and then, you can say, is this in alignment with that goal or not? I feel like that's going to be what keeps things on track with the right target in mind, like target as in destination or goal. What's my superpower right now? True Colors by Exo Cupid started playing like as I read that. So your true colors are? The value you found in your grief. And it's 222 right now. The value you found in your grief. What's your superpower right now? Sharing your grief in a way that makes people see they can overcome it too. Whether that's just leading by example or like directly. Should I keep the extra 2 TV sets I have or give them away? I would give them away. This is kind of giving you're not going to need them, so why hold them type of thing. Is the friends I see on the weekend okay, or should I stay away? I don't like it. It's like not necessarily causing harm, but is it slowing you down or distracting you or causing anxiety in some way? It's kind of giving, there's not necessarily bad intentions, but it's causing more harm than good, irregardless of that. What message do my spirit guides have for me today? The only way out is to feel it. You can't think your way out of something. That's why it keeps showing back up. I feel like there's something where you're like, man, I just addressed this, or I just healed this, or I just faced this. Why does it keep coming up in different masks or in like different areas? And it's because you've thought it, but you haven't felt it. You can't intellectualize your way through an emotion. So there's a need to let yourself feel it. Yes, my investigation mat is supposed to be here today. And I've been waiting for that mat to do. I kind of designed that mat specifically around looking back at all my Idaho readings. So yes, soon. I'm going to try and get some kind of true crime reading later today, but it's probably not going to be Idaho. Just because I'm going to want to use that mat. What am I letting go in my dreams? Money wound. Money wound, feeling like what's the point in trying, or I'll never be successful, or I'll always have to work really hard to make ends meet. Whatever's associated with that worthiness wound, but it feels like the worthiness wound shows up as money wound for you. The Author by Livingston. We often have money wounds when we need to see a physical example of our worth in form in order to believe it. So keep that in mind. Like from a soul level, that is not good anymore. It needs ice. Message from Chris and a song. Learning to Fly by the Weepies. Learning to Fly. This isn't the right deck. You're not selfish for wanting to be treated well. You're not selfish for wanting to be treated well. An old conversation holds a clue what was said before I passed. An old conversation. You're not selfish for wanting to be treated well. It's like there's a clue to unlocking the way that you're perceiving yourself right now, in the way that you were able to stay true to you when something false was being projected onto you. It's almost like Chris is bringing up that memory to be like, if you just think about this, it's going to shift your perspective on this other topic. Having a hard time trying to figure out what to do career-wise. What are my gifts that maybe I'm not paying attention to? Coming up with solutions for problems that other people's solutions haven't worked for. This could be data. This could be pattern recognition. This could be kind of like somebody comes up with a solution that works for a little bit and then stops working, and you're able to come in and figure out how to make the solution last longer. So it's not that it was the wrong solution, it just wasn't viable. It feels like this has something related to business because King came out first. So maybe business analysis or something like that. Will I meet a life partner and when? Will I meet a life partner and when? It's on the board. It's just not ready to complete the circuit yet because Empress is here. It's like there's something you're meant to accomplish. Like, it doesn't have to be a huge accomplishment. It's just like whatever you get out of setting a goal and then accomplishing said goal that feels like a decent goal, but not one that's unachievable. it's like you have that in your pocket for this next person that comes in. You like have that pride in your own ability to see something through, whether that's a lifestyle change or a project. It feels like this flips when that occurs. Did they really find out who Jack the Ripper was through DNA on a scarf the family of one of the victims had that night? Did they really find out who he was that way? I think that's possible. What brought it to a conclusion? It's like this was the piece that didn't make them question it anymore, and they didn't really have to look elsewhere after that. Kind of feels like that. Oh, let me go to this list. Hold on. Where's my mouse? Message for November. For November. Island in the Sun by Weezer. It feels like November, you're letting go of something that you want to let go of. Like there's fulfillment in release instead of fulfillment in getting something. So you get an answer, you get something that allows you to be like, okay, that book is closed. It feels kind of dramatic, but restores hope. Island in the Sun. Almost like it may look like from the outside looking in, like why, like, oh, you should be worked up, but you're like, okay, no, this is, now I can release. It feels like that. New member, thank you. People will criticize your message, then repackage and sell it. Keep an active ear and be mindful of snakes in the grass. Trust your intuition when it tells you through feeling to not overshare with certain people. Yeah, the Fool, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And it feels like not because of anything they can do, but because of the way they can make you feel. Don't let other people sabotage you out of changes you want to make. Can you elaborate on the path I fear to take to get out of this flat? What's the path that you fear? This would be some kind of help or assistance. This is not thinking it's available and feeling like you're going to be left out for it. It doesn't really feel like funding though. Like it doesn't feel like that. It just maybe feels like going into a transitionary phase. So like it's not your forever place that you're going into, but it's the period of transition that you fear that may be causing certain solutions to not manifest because of trying to avoid the transition phase or like the in-between phase. How to download about researching my ancestors who had to hide their gifts and documenting their stories with their help. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, but don't expect it to go. Don't like plan it out too hard. Don't be like, okay, we're going to do this, then this, then this. Just be like, okay, I'm going to start doing this and see what happens. Let it unfold without structure or without too much structure. But I would say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. What is Sister's negativity teaching me? That other people don't get to paint your reality. Like they don't get to come in and fill all these cups and tell you what you're seeing or tell you how you're supposed to be interpreting something. Truth is still truth, even when no one sees it. Eventually the dark will be brought to light. Teaching you to stay true to your truth even when it's challenged, and to not shame yourself for doing so. Because I feel like you've done that part before, but in the past you'd be like, oh no, bad brain, why are you causing problems, why are you causing fights, when this time you're just like, my brain's right. That, I feel like that's the difference. Is my granddaughter okay? A message to her from her mama, please. From her mama, please. Is my granddaughter okay? Kind of just gives growing pains. King of Wands in reverse is like impulsive independence. Impulsive independence. So like growing pains, like energetically, like coming into my own type thing. So I would say okay, yes. A message to her from her mama. We are not our thoughts, we are the observer of our thoughts, and we're able to select which thoughts align with us and which thoughts do not. Message from spiritual team with a token. It's a shovel and it says seeds on it. And Built to Last is the song playing. You planted some kind of seed of emotional mastery, and whatever just erupted, it was just a test for you to show yourself that you're here. You're not here, you're here, but you would never know that unless something got thrown off momentarily. So whatever it is, you don't need to wait for the other shoe to drop. You were just showing yourself that you properly watered the seed and emotionally. Am I meant to write a book about shadow work? I would say that's a goal to work towards. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of points, like going through the motions of, okay, I'm not just going to sit and write it. I'm going to study my process of it. I'm going to study how to get there. I'm going to go through how to do this by doing it myself. It feels like that would be the goal. Oh, thank you, Lucky. Is my job meeting my purpose? Is my job meeting my purpose? Not your full purpose. No, I mean, I feel like it's preparing you for it, because this is a new beginning. So it's giving you the necessary skills, or like revealing yourself to yourself. So it's preparing you to align with it, but it's not it fully yet. There's some kind of expansion or some kind of new beginning that's eventually going to come from it. But you need to be here now to get there, is how that feels. Going to an adoption center on Tuesday is the right time to get a puppy. As long as you can handle it financially. If you've sat down and looked at, okay, this is what I'm going to need, this is how I'm going to have it, I feel like that's the only obstacle that's left. And if you feel confident there, then I would say yes. And maybe having a little bit of like a nest egg would be important too. Am I on the right path? Am I on the right path? I feel like you're on the path in which you're now seeing that you have the opportunity to make changes and choose things where you didn't think you had a choice before. So you're right where you need to be, but now you're going to start to see opportunities to make changes. That doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It just means the path, you have the controller in your hand now. You can make moves instead of just waiting for moves to be made. Yes, sending love to all the mods. I appreciate all of you. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I didn't get anybody yet. 1 second. I just missed my mouth. Nobody saw that. Forgot that was not good anymore. Will 3i Atlas bring me spiritual gifts, and how should I prepare? I don't think it's bringing you spiritual gifts, but this is like kind of smacking them awake in you as opposed to bringing them. To prepare, practice sitting with yourself. Practice sitting with yourself and holding conflicting truths. So like, I'm healing, but I'm still hurt in some ways. I'm growing, but I'm not where I want to be yet. Practice like holding those conflicting truths, not conflicting, but like opposite truths without running. Yes or no confirmation. Yes or no. Yes or Take a second look before proceeding. So you're not in the clear. So it's giving not a hard no, but not a yes. So more no than yes. But I want to say no, but there's a misunderstanding as well in there. Message from spirit guides. There's some kind of lull or holding period. It doesn't mean you're not going to move forward, and it doesn't mean you're not going to move forward towards what you want, but there's a need to take care of yourself in the period that feels like you're stuck. Because how you get unstuck isn't by forcing forward, but by taking care of yourself in the stuck period. Hold on. My cat was eating my laces. Now my hair's in my face. Okay. I don't want him to eat those laces. I like those shoes. Will I learn the truth about my father? I feel like there's pieces that are going to continue to be left out. And this kind of feels like needing to fill in the blanks on your own accord and allow that to be enough, as opposed to being told or shown what you're looking for. Did this go back up? Hold on. Yeah, I think it did. Spirit guides message with whatever you feel is needed. A lot of slowing down energy. When you pour energy into the problem, you're going to be naturally more prone to focusing on the problem. This is like every time you're thinking about whatever the problem is that's stressing you out, don't try and force that away, but simply give yourself one potential opportunity at a solution, even if it's not realistic right now. Like finances. Okay, well, that money is going to come in and I'm going to figure that out, even if it's not here yet, or I'm going to move. I'm going to slowly pull away from this and like start to strategize, and one is going to start to stick, even if it's not necessarily realistic off the bat, if that makes sense. Did my sister invite parents to El Salvador to get me upset? I'm doing this to put something to bed. Like when I do this, there's not going to be any more discussion. So it kind of feels like more so than to get you upset, because 9 of Swords is reversed. This is like trying to bait a reaction. I do this so I can be like, look, see? It kind of feels like that. Message for the weekend. Message for the weekend. I feel like there's a need to sit with yourself and figure out what yourself is trying to show you, because it feels like there's a worry that feels like a worry. But if you sit down and organize your thoughts, it's like you already have the solution to it. So I feel like unchecked anxiety will grow, but checking your anxiety and figuring out what is giving it to you will help it not only go away, but will help a solution come. Come on, computer. All right, I'm going to do these 3, and then I'm going to close super chats. Nope. Yep. Shh. Welcome back. Let's go to these. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. It's like you're about to get part of yourself back because you're no longer looking at it in this way. It's like you've disconnected yourself from living in the past, and because you did that, you're about to get that part of yourself back, is how I'm seeing it, like a web. Should Sarah attend next Wednesday's party, and if so, what can she expect emotionally? Nope. Nope. Because you can't have this. It's my mat. She was making biscuits on my mat. Okay. What was the question? Should Sarah attend? I feel like there's something that's going to make her feel temporarily ungrounded if she goes, but it also can be a valuable lesson. So like maybe there's a little bit of an emotional trigger, but as long as it's managed properly, it becomes wisdom instead of like frustration. What should I know about reconnecting with Aleha? Aleha. What should I know about reconnecting with Aleha? Some people will kind of be right where you left them. And it kind of feels like this is that. Like you've grown a lot more into yourself, where this person may remind you a lot of the past version of yourself, or the past version of themselves. So as long as you can stay the observer of that, I don't think you need to resist it, because there can be value in that, but just be mindful of that. Don't let it pull you back into old energy, I guess I'd say. Where's my mouse? There it is. Who are my guides? Yeah, the next part of my story, when I get back into Humans for Humanity, as soon as I get caught up, I'm the 27th episode. So Aaron will be interviewing me for more of that then. Do you have a great grandmother or someone who, this would be someone who people brought up often to you when you were younger? So like a great aunt, a great grandmother. It feels like not someone you knew, but someone that has always been there for you. Like your specific Tom Petty, I won't back down. Your specific guardian angel that was meant to keep you strong, playing offense. Will we be relocating states within the next few months? I don't think within the next few months. I would say not within the next 6 months at least. It feels like there's some kind of, we get close to signing something and then it doesn't sign right away. How will things turn out with Jill and her house? Will we be okay? I feel like there's some kind of plan that's not going to work well. It's like, oh, we think we may have a long shot type plan, but then the long shot doesn't work is how that feels. Will we be okay? I feel like it's going to be hard for a minute. Not going to lie. I feel like it's going to be hard for a minute. Disconnecting and the Magician in reverse. Analyzing the data points of what went wrong to make the new strategy. And I feel like needing to expand the perimeter. I don't know what that means. I don't think that means like of the literal house. Maybe it's just in what you're looking for or where you're looking for something or something along those lines. Expanding the perimeter. A message regarding college, please, and a song and a token. Something More by Sugarland is playing. That's like a college-y song. There's got to be something more. Got to be more than this. Alarm clock. Is there some kind of project you could invest yourself in, or like maybe a group, a new outlet of some sort? Yeah, in out of the cold, moving forward. Even if it's like a temporary thing, I think some kind of group activity would be beneficial right now. Even if it's just like going for coffee with like a little coffee group. I don't know. I didn't go to college. I don't know what they do, but something like that would be helpful. Is he into me? And what did he think of our conversation? I opened a little bit about my fam and stuff. So is he into you? Right. I think he's trying to figure out where he stands. I think he's a little bit afraid of emotions, regardless of where they're going or what's happening with them. I think he's willing to slow and steady explore how he feels. I don't know if he knows how he feels yet. I think he's curious. What did he think of our conversation? That you're someone that he feels comfortable talking to, someone he's willing to eventually open up to if things keep progressing in that way. I guess I'd say like a safe space that he's interested in learning why he thinks it's a safe space. Like, oh, that seems like a safe space. I wonder why I think that. Where's my mouse? Okay. I'm going to do like 3 more and then I'm going to go make lunch. My cat would like lunch too, I guess. He just like whacked the bag. Should I put my 3-year-old in school? I feel like if you're deciding between having them home for more time or sending them into school, I feel like more time if you can do that. This is kind of giving, don't rush to do it. You don't need to do it yet if you don't have to. Will my financial situation change from January? Yes. Because you're implementing something that you learned from then. As you make choices and implement what you learned, the situation changes. Message from 3i Atlas for me. Wait, everybody knows what this is? What is this? I don't know what this is. I've been hiding under a rock because of the codex. I've been doing nothing but working on that from the second I wake up to the second I go to sleep. So I don't know what this is. But message for you. Disconnecting from the idea about what it meant to care for yourself. Like, you're allowed your self-care, whether that's spiritual or literal or energetic, it doesn't have to look like what everyone else made you feel like it did. And something about this is helping to like solidify that, if that makes sense. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna hop off. Do I have announcements? Hold on. I don't think so. Go check out the Codex. There's a lot of videos over there on the YouTube channel. I'm going to try my best. I have some work that I have to get done first. I'm going to try my best to do some kind of true crime reading when that Matt gets here later. I'm hungry. My brain's off. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.